control thing. But I wanted a pizza. Pizza Hut is good. That's kind of where I wanted it from, was either Pizza Hut or Domino's. And I wanted to go get Chipotle, get a bowl, put the Chipotle on the pizza, make a basically a pizza taco with the Chipotle and eat that bitch. Because I would watch. Oh man, that just sounds like such a good combination. I still haven't done it because like I just know I'd be such an asshole to do that. I'd be such an asshole to go get Pizza Hut and then go to
Nah, nah.
Chipotle. Like I'd be eating like a straight up fucking goon, but I dream about food. And there are times like in prep, I will have dreams about cheating on my diet. Like I'll have a cheat meal in a dream and I'll wake up almost in a panic mode, like, oh my God. And then I'm like, oh, it was just a dream. I didn't really cheat on my diet. But I have dreams about like cheating on my diet and eating food. I have at least 3 or 4 during a prep. It doesn't sound like a lot, but like it when I wake up, I'm really in a state of panic and it feels so real. So it's like food is in the back of your head for sure when you're on prep. You just gotta tune out that noise and get through that shit.
Yeah, it's like an old rap song I used to listen to. It's a classic. You know, they played every year on Halloween. It's like my mind playing tricks on me by the Ghetto Boys. Oh man, homie, my mind playing tricks on me. Yeah, I tell you, I've maybe heard quite a few stories where it is. Yeah, I agree with your dad. I don't like sushi. I grew up poor, but we never cold raw fish. No, we either fry it or fry it most of the time. Nah, that's not me. But yeah, his thing is also I'd like to ask you if you are you right now currently being sponsored or everything's on your shoulders?
Am I being what?
Sponsored,
Sponsored? Oh, like by company?
yeah, or anybody.
So yeah, I have Violate right now. Violate the dress code I've been with since 2022. It's a clothing company. Chris Zimmerman owns it, and he's amazing. And a lot of women in bodybuilding, acceptance of all athletes from all divisions. So like, there's some really muscular girls in there, and there's also bikini girls and smaller girls, which is so cool to see how clothes fit on different bodies. I love that. Violate, and I've been using Build Fast Formulas pump supplement for since 2018. I mean, that's on loyalty. I don't really make a ton of money off of that, which I could probably like explore different things, which I'm open to. But I also just love their pump. Like I've always found it. I'm like, dude, I just get the best pumps. Like I don't want to get away from this supplement. You know what I'm saying? It's a great pump supplement and the formula. So just those two. I have a couple stuff on my link tree. If you're interested, like go take a look at that. But no, I mean, and to me, this isn't for money. Like I've won money specifically because my coach has been like, yo, up your life, go win some money doing this shit. Hey, all right, I'm I'm here for it. But to me, it's about service and helping people and getting people to where they want to be lifestyle wise, mostly, um, and seeing people change because it's a transformation. Like you start in one place in bodybuilding, we all start somewhere, but your journey and watching each milestone in that transformation of character, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, is so invigorating and fulfilling in life. So I encourage people to take on lifestyle changes. Like you said, I mean, 500 to 397, that's a huge drop. And that takes work. It takes a transformation to do that. And sometimes we don't always have the best eye on ourselves. Like we can be very harsh on ourselves or very spiraling, go into deprecation, self-deprecation, depression. And so it's nice to have somebody to be like, yo, I see the potential in you. I see what you can be if you want to transform. Because either you're transforming or you're just staying stagnant and that's dying. moving forward or dying. What do you want to do? Do you want to live or do you want to die? Do you want to just exist and sit there unaware, or do you want to actually be in a state of awareness with reality and understand that you can live better if you make these changes? So kudos to you for the weight loss, because that is not an easy feat by any means, and it continues.
Yeah, it's just like I said, I ain't trying to be a bodybuilder. I just try to be a little better because, like I said, I'm getting older. I got 2 bad knees like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I got a pacemaker. I never need to take better care of myself. But yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate when ladies like yourself who really support me as a person, as my evolution, and it's also support my content. I appreciate that also. And again, this is why I like this. This is why I do these interviews. I reach out to people. Not like I said, I was mostly a fan of the women's body division, but I really have expanded. And I've talked to young ladies like yourself who are coming to the sport, who have been in the sport, who find the sport as a passion, who help with things they were going through in their lives. And I get to learn from that. And that I also use that information to help in my own personal life. Like I said, as a man, I'm still growing. I'm still learning. I'm open to learning. And one of my favorite quotes from my movie Batman Begins, when as Ra's al Ghul, Henry Cott said to Bruce Wayne, "Be ready to surround all time. Never give up your footing for a killing blow." And also the quote from that also movies like, "Why do we fall? To learn how to pick ourselves up." And the Rocky Balboa series. Not much. I like that scene where he says, life will beat you down when you let it, but it's not about how hard you can hit. It's how hard you take the hit and keep moving forward. How much you take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. I hit 3 quotes in a row. That is pretty good. That's pretty good. You may hate that, but that's my style.
For sure. And that's the only way. Like that's the only way you can look at this. And I'm curious what you think about that posing routine that I did.
It's pretty nice. It's pretty good. It's very fluid. Who you working with as a posing coach?
I do my own posing, but for WPD for like women's physique, well, I'll give credit to Ray Baker. Actually, he posed me, like helped my posing. Now I really do my own posing, and I found like a really good flow to it. I can always improve though. For women's physique, like I had to go to those men's posing classes to really learn how to do those poses. And Caleb, he's my partner in crime here in this sport. We both went pro at the same show. He was in the lightweight bodybuilding. He won first in his class and went pro. And we actually did the Texas Cup together too. But I've learned a lot of posing from him. He's just the way he flows. And I also did a posing session with Terrence Ruffin back in 2018, just because I was fucking around and I was like, you know what, I want to learn like how to do this. So there's always been that appeal of posing, and I like dancing. Like I like boogieing a lot. Dancing is really fun. So I find it to be really like the same side of the coin when it comes to posing. It's basically a flow and a dance, and it's very appealing about the sport. If women's physique didn't have that aspect to it, I don't know if it would be as exciting as what it is. You get to see people move. How do you move? How does your body flow? Is it stiff and yeah, like you want good mobility. So it's like, like when you see somebody who can really pose and open up and also have that amount of muscle tissue, it's like, damn, that is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. And each pose, each flex comes with its own like pop factor, whether it's hitting your side tricep or like your front double bi and then your back lat spread. Like each one has its own pop and brings its own, because you can win. I mean, they look at your poses. So like when 2 bodybuilders are standing next to each other, women, for example, if you have a really great double bicep, like back double bicep, but from the front, you're lacking a little bit, like in your core area, you're going to get exposed in one pose or the other. So posing is a very important part of the sport because not only does it create illusion, but it also will expose you. So posing, I would say, is like top 3 in bodybuilding, one of the most important aspects of winning a show. For
Yeah,
sure.
because I talked to quite a few people talk about the posing. Usually, like one name I hear a lot is Kenny Wallach. He's pretty good at posing. There's Rachel Daniels, the real Lois Lane, a lady who I follow, Christina Mendoza, some throwbacks here and there. One lady who's she's a friend of mine, Janine Lakowski. She's a pretty good poser. And plus again, you don't have to wear the high heels anymore. You get to just move around your feet and get the joy because the posing in particularly wellness and figure and also in physique and fitness is very not physique. I mean, figure and bikinis kind of regiment. Just turn, stick out your butt, this, that, and that. But yeah, I think everybody has to find their passion. Maybe in the future you might become a posing coach. You never know. Once you get certified.
I am.
Yeah. We got a comment from here from a man. Lawrence says, "We all fall down, but we manage in the battle. We get up." It's not as really inspirational, Lawrence, but I did like it. So, folks, we're
Way
not
to
gonna
say
hold
it straight, dude.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. I just like I said, you got to make sure we do it. Got to do it right. I've been practicing for a good while. So, folks, we're not gonna hold much too longer. We do appreciate time she's given us to talk with us. We wish her best of luck. As now she's an IFBB pro. I mean, she's stomping it with the big dogs, So, and one thing I say this to anybody out there who's interested in supporting her, if you're also interested in, sponsorship does help because, like I said, the cost, if you got to think, the cost of your suits, the cost of the travel to the shows, the supplements, the food, just every basic day.
Mm-hmm.
If you're so interested in sponsoring, Stephanie, reach out. Jessica. Why I say Stephanie for? It must be.
Oh no.
Kind of look like a Stephanie.
You can call me Stephanie. I don't mind if you call me whatever. Call me whatever. You can call me Joe. I don't care.
That's cool. I apologize. I have I sometimes can run into people so much.
No, dude. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, but if you're interested in sponsoring Jessica, reach out to a genuine interest. Don't be this guy. Say, "Hey, Jessica, I saw your videos. I saw your tiny little tart there. So if I do something for you, no. This is where you're supposed to do. This is what I keep doing this, guys. This is how you're supposed to do it. You get more with a silk glove than iron fist. I know what you're doing your iron fist. So you asked Jenny, said, Miss Mrs. Sector. I'm sorry again. We are particularly interested about you, your intelligence, your youth, how you are very determined as an athlete, and how your growth in this sport. We are interested in sponsoring athlete. We want you to be part of our brand. So if it's something that worked with you, if it's something that you feel like that you can use in your process of bodybuilding, and we can work a deal and set up things for you in your future, we'd like you to be part of our company. So, madam, if you feel like this is something you might be interested in, just let us know.
What is it?
Well, I don't know what it is, but it's just something I said, but if it's something like some kind of healthness product or something like that, I usually don't have a particular product, but it's just something what the companies would ask you if you're interested in being. They'll let you know everything else. Once everything you sign a contract, baby, they'll let you know everything else. But you never know. This is why, generally I wish there was more people to give opportunities. But I know they're gonna go with the top stars like the Sarah Vilgas or the Andreas or the Lumfords or all those guys. But it's people like you, again, who keeps your boot to the ground, 10 toes down. It wasn't for people like yourself who come to sport, who bring a new life, who bring a new perspective to it, to really give it life. Because I keep saying this, it's the next generation that keeps bodybuilding going. Bodybuilding has been around for a long time. It's still not as big a sport compared to some of the major sports, but as long as you have competitors like yourself who really have a passion for it, for a drive for it, understand the aspects of the sport, it lasts for as long as it can. There's people saying that it may not last for another 10 years, but as long as you have people like yourself and other competitors, and one guy who I'm a fan of who really say wins bodybuilding, that's Jake Wood. You might gotta do the sound say, yo, Jake, I want that money, I want that gun. Anytime I say his name, I say it. He's the man who saved women's bodybuilding when it was pretty much down on his knees, getting beat down by society, and gave it new life, and brought people like Andrea Shaw or other ladies into it. But this is why I wish people would step up. And I know there's guys out there who are, like I said again, there's the guys who say women with muscle is very offensive to this, even with you don't have much muscle coming compared to some bodybuilders, but still, just that little bit, it still kind of offends their idea of what a woman is. But then you have the guys who might be a little extreme, who excited, who are probably like, this is a true story. And I tell this for a long time. I remember this is another guy. We used to talk on, message boards and across on internet. He told a story years ago. He used to work in sales. And sometimes when he has to go on the road, he'll sit and see when the shows, because he's a big bodybuilder fan. He'll sit around and see when the shows are going to come up. So when he be in that area, after he finished with his doing sales, he'll go to check the show out. So if you have a show in a motel, he said, okay, I can stay in this motel, do my business, and come back and catch the shows. So where he used to do that when he was doing sales. So this was one time we went to a show, and then he's just sitting there watching the competitors. It was like in the middle. If it was right about, it was the women's, I think which class it was, but it was women's bodybuilding. He's sitting there and watching the show, and then he hears a commotion in the back. Now, he'll know what it is. At first, he thought it was just maybe, I don't know, somebody argues like that. He turns around, he sees this guy getting pulled out of the audience from the back of the auditorium with his pants down his ankles and getting carried out by security. He's sitting 2 seats. One of the women's coach says, that guy supposed to be banned the last time he did it. Those are the guys you got to watch out for. They can be a bit extreme. But there are guys who speculate, who are fans of you, like my man KL, my man Curtis, my man Lawrence, Balls Deep. His name's kind of crazy, but he's a fan. We appreciate the feminine form, a different form. Like I said, again, I'm from the South, like yourself, you said, but women a little more formal, thicker, a little bit more different type of bodies, but women, there's something different. And I think it's something that draws us. But we get to learn something from when I do interviews about who you are. And so again, my crime is, I am a muscle person smile. But I have really learned something, the process of being a bodybuilder, not just for men, but also for the women, and what y'all go through. And I respect and also admire it. Some people have different opinions, but that's their opinions. And like I said, this is why I do this content, why I reach out to these competitors, why I talk to you ladies. And this is what I said, my challenge is about the ladies, but it may not be the 80s, but I'm still down with these. And it gives you perspective of what it is to be an athlete in this sport, very sport, and very not very mainstream sport. Here we got here from my man Lawrence. He says, be respectful, be professional and respectful. Yeah, professional and respectful. Yeah, that's what we need. And really, I hope people do reach out and
and I just want to say that bodybuilding actually, we calculated the numbers, Caleb and I, and at the last Olympia, there were more women competitors than men competitors at that Olympia. So the ratio, even I think it was 58 to 42, so 58% women, 42% men, and we went on the scorecards and actually calculated this out. And I think it's really good what you're doing, because it is extremely taboo for women, less taboo for men, but very taboo for women because it's become sort of a sexualization to an extent for some people. Men, harder to sexualize the sport. It's just like
no, wrong. There is a very true. This is a friend of mine told me this. There is a lot of guys who are into male body. There's a lot of sexualization. This is a true story. Jay Cutler used to do this. And my friend told me this. When he used to work out to make ends meet sometimes, even though he had a job, some guys still make ends meet, he would sell his old sweaty shirts and gear to men. And that
to men, though.
Yeah, to men. But still, men make up the majority of the fan base than women. See, and
that's true.
So more men will buy your stuff from the guys. You heard the thing about Kai Green, the grapefruit. That's a great story. I've never seen it, but I heard about it.
It's a great story. I've seen the video. Great video too.
But that thing is, but because it's still a taboo about women. And I post stuff like people may say, "Hey, why are you into that? Are you gay?" I mean, it's one thing if I used to have a man crush on Vin Diesel. It's the voice. I can't help that. That's me. But
Yeah.
it's one thing, yeah. It's one thing when you see a woman transform her body from different shape, from soft and feminine to hard, ripped, and vascular. Like I said, some guys still get off of it. Anything can be sexualized. It's so easy to sexualize anything. Depending, there's guys into freaky stuff like furry and feet. I'm not into feet. I'm not into that. Like I said, I work in a strip club. I was kind of after a while. You see it so much long. Just sometimes some girls didn't come in. One time, one girl came in. She really, got me, got me a pop tent. But yeah, but every now and then, people need to understand everybody have something they like about something, And like I said, the women do make up nearly now with the fit model coming in, it's going to go
and
real high.
wellness.
Fitness, wellness, what's back here was just women's bodybuilding. Then here comes fitness, here comes figure, here comes bikini, and now here comes these two other divisions. Because it's the men's division, but they're gonna get most of the attention because everybody likes to see. I said this: the men's division is the bottom bitch. It's the one that brings in the money, brings the promotions. People will go see shows more. That's why the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. That's why whoever wins that gets nearly $300,000. Sam Stewart gets nearly almost $500,000. But it's not fair that the women don't get as much. I mean, I'm not saying that Andrea should get like $500,000. At least push up to $100,000. Same thing with Sarah, but Sarah, she's a rich man's wife. She doesn't wear like that. But that people call that out, and I know it's always going to be unequal when it comes to men, when it comes to pay, because men don't get paid more because of the hard work you got to do. Women, you are nurturers, y'all kick your children, y'all bear the responsibilities of the family, but still, it's important that you should at least get paid for your time, for what you're worth. Here, shout out from man Lawrence Perkins, even sticking in here. Thank you, brother. He says, but I'm here. We all women in general for who they are. They walk the face on this planet that bring life on this planet. Yeah, I need to start wearing these more.
Yeah, I mean his grammar could be slightly better, but I get what he's saying.
Yeah. So we do appreciate the time that Jessica has gave us. Shout out to her. Wish her best of luck. So one more question I'm gonna ask you before we let you go. What would you want for yourself out of bodybuilding as a whole?
To become a great coach, to become someone who has a lot of integrity, because if you want to be somebody that really helps people with genuine intentions and bring the best service that you get from God, bodybuilding will bring out your integrity. How well do I follow this? How good can I be? How hard can I train? How hard can I push myself? And also, how do I balance that with life and living right so that I don't overdo it? So to me, it teaches me a lot about discipline and balance. And the goal is to become the best version of myself, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, so that I can serve others at that frequency. Because if I'm not at my best self and I'm not continuously growing, which bodybuilding provides for me is growth, then I cannot provide the highest and cleanest level of frequency to anybody who comes to me for anything, whether it's advice about a relationship to a diet. It doesn't matter. I need to be the best me to give the best help. So if I can go and win these shows and show how to do it and have integrity behind that and spread that, and also encourage people to up and elevate their own lifestyle in a healthy, positive way, then I'm winning. So to get what I want to get out of the sport is more wins for myself, not just with trophies, but not falling off, not needing certain things during prep, other vices I might indulge in. So my goal next time will be, can I go throughout a prep like even sober from like weed, for example, because whenever you're